Hello and welcome to this week's Success by Design weekly masterclass with me, your host for today, Abigail Barnes. And today, episode 18 is episode 15. It's a super special episode because today I'm going to be sharing 8 things that nearly dying 8 years ago today has taught me about living, in the hope that you don't have to go through almost dying to learn these lessons. So tighten your belts and let's get going. Before I do, though, let me just check that I am live on LinkedIn. And you are joining me fresh 3 hours off a flight from San Diego, California. So forgive me if I look a bit plain fresh. This is life. I would ordinarily have rearranged this for another time. However, as I said at the start of this is 8 years since my near-death experience today. So I thought it was very important to honor this anniversary and share these 8 things with you. So I would like to get started by saying, first of all, almost dying has given me a kind of reverence for life in a way that fundamentally we all know that we're here for a limited amount of time, but yet we kind of get so busy in life we forget that we're not here forever and that time is ticking by, and our teenage years become our 20s, become our 30s, become our 40s, and we put things off and we put things off and we put things off for another day, for when I've retired, for when I have more money, for when I have more time. And the funny thing is, as I share these 8 things that I've learned, you'll start to realize and hopefully take away from this session that now is the time, that there is no better time to live your life, because quite simply, we are a planet in a galaxy of 1 trillion stars. We are circulating a star, the sun, and nobody knows how many times we are going to each individually go around this sun before our time is up. We're all like a clock, and we've all got a limited amount of time. And for me, I almost had only 32 years, except for the fact that when I started to recognize 8 years ago that I was on the verge of dying, I fought for my life. I fought for an opportunity, for a second chance to actually make the most of the time that I had, that I was here for, so that I can now go around and share the story, as I said, without you needing to go through the drama, to go to the hospital, to have the pain, to have all the lessons, to learn the lessons. So let me share 8 things with you today, 8 things that I have learned over the last 8 years, and that hopefully you will be able to apply one of the 8, all of the 8, 2 of the 8 to your life. So let me start with the first thing. The first and most important thing that I've learned in the last 8 years is dare to dream. Dare to dream big. Whatever it is you want, it is possible. You can create it. Don't worry about whether you are qualified, you have the money, you're too old, you're too young. All your job is to dare to dream, and everything else will work out. And the other thing is, in this, you have to detach and trust the process, that it will work out when it's meant to work out, not when you want it to work out. So your one job with this first thing is dare to dream. Dare to dream as big as you can dream. As I said, I've just come back from California. I always wanted to go to California. I wanted to go to California since I was a teenager. And what this trip has taught me is that I should have gone sooner, but I've gone now. So dare to dream, dream big, whatever it is you want to do. I truly believe that if you have the dream, you have within you the ability to make it happen somehow, somewhere, no matter how hopeless it feels today, whatever that dream is for you. And even if it's not a super big dream, the dream might just be to get a new job, to start a family, to find a partner, to get better work-life balance, to manage your time better, to get promoted. Whatever that dream is for you, it might even be to go to different countries to meet new people. Whatever that dream is for you, dare to dream that dream, please. So that's the first thing. The second thing, this one is a mind blower. I mean, you're going to think I'm crazy. I literally feel like I lived under a rock, that everybody else had the answers to this, and I was the only one who didn't know. And so this second one is everybody is making it up. So you might not think you're qualified, you might not think you're able, you might not think that you can do it, but understand this: everybody around you is making it up. So if they're making it up, you can make it up too. And as you make it up, as they're making it up, you're learning the lessons. Like, we're here to evolve. Like plants, we're here to grow, we're here to change, we're here to learn new things. We're not here to know everything, and unless we have 100% qualification, we're not going to try. That's not what life's about. Life is about living, learning, evolving, and trying again. So understand this: everybody around you is making it up. When you get this, it gives you so much freedom just to be able to go out and try new things, because if they're making it up, then so can you. Proof is the most amazing thing that we can have in life, which then brings me on to the third point. So the third thing that I have learned since what happened to me and over the past 8 years is that you have to trust your intuition. So your intuition, just to sort of explain the difference, I was having a conversation with a taxi driver in the US last week about the mind and the heart and intuition, and what is true and what is right. So intuition is a feeling. It's a persistent gut feeling, like, I should walk that way, I should do this, I should do that, I should take this, I should try that, I should call this person. And I'm using the word should, which usually isn't a great word, but there isn't really another word in the language that I can use to explain what this means. But versus, I should do this, do that, do the other. So one is like a soft should, and the other is a hard, you should do it, and it's like, I don't want to. So when you're trusting your intuition, you don't necessarily want to go home now. You want to stay because you've got a feeling that you might meet somebody that you don't want to go home. You're not ready to go home. Whatever it may be, what should I eat for lunch? Should I go left? Should I go right? Your intuition will tell you. Your mind will tell you whatever kind of diet and health kick you're in. If you are eating sugar, you will crave sugar. It's the way the body goes. If you are eating healthier, eating fruit, eating vegetables, you will, intuitively eating, start to train your body to crave the things and tell you what it needs. I have to have spinach every day. It's just part of my habit. It's part of my routine. It's part of who I am. And while I'm away, I haven't had spinach. I had it once in 5 days, and I cannot wait for some spinach. Sounds crazy, but it's just what my body needs. Intuitively, it needs these nutrients that can only be found in spinach. Maybe I need to look up vitamins so that when I'm traveling, I can always make sure that my body is getting what it needs. But these are things to just to be aware of. And health is ultimate wealth. So that brings me on to the fourth thing. the fourth lesson, and this one was a mind blower for me, I'm telling you. This lesson is fear isn't real. Fear isn't real. So, scientifically speaking, your body measures fear and excitement in the same way. It's only the brain that tells the body this is something scary versus this is something exciting. So let's use the classic example of public speaking. If you want to be a public speaker, are you afraid of public speaking? Fear of public speaking is the brain saying it's scary. They're going to throw me off the stage. They're going to boo me. They won't like me. I don't want to do it. And it is just a habit pattern that a conversation, we've spoken about this in previous masterclasses, it's a conversation that can be changed. I'll talk about it in a minute when I talk about one of the next things that I've learned, because that connects into it. But just understand that your body knows fear and excitement as the exact same thing. So you can choose to tell yourself, I am excited. So whenever I speak, first of all, I'll get a nervousness. My stomach will start to, turn over. And then I will say to myself, I am excited. I am excited. This is exciting. I'm going to get to speak to this audience and share my message and impact so many lives, and be the change I want to see in the world. This is exciting. And then I'm excited. So think next time something is coming up that you're afraid of, tell yourself that you're excited. Also, the other thing to know is if you're afraid, other people are afraid. So that conversation that you're afraid to have, the other person you're having that conversation with is likely afraid as well. So you're afraid of somebody who's afraid of you, and they're afraid of somebody who's afraid of them. But as I said, the reality is fear and excitement are both the same thing. So it's about you retraining that brain to say, I'm excited, I'm excited. It's all going to be fine, I'm excited. And this isn't linked to this, but this is something else. So you can future visualize how a difficult conversation could go if you had to have something like this with a boss, with a friend, with a partner, with a parent, with somebody that you didn't want to have a difficult conversation with. You can visualize that conversation going well and know what it feels like, what it looks like, what it smells like, so that when you get to that situation, it happens how you visualized it. It's an amazing thing. But as I said, not related to these, conversation for another time. So, fifth lesson out of 8 that I want to share with you. This lesson is insane. Drama steals opportunities, and we are addicted to drama. But please, please, please understand, we only have a limited amount of time every day. 8 hours of it, this is our 888 formula, right? 8 hours of it, roughly, we need to be spending resting, sleeping, in our sleep routines, getting ready for bed, etc., etc. 8 hours of it, in theory, is dedicated to work. Then all we have left is 8 hours. And this 8 hours is when we do everything else. It's when we eat, it's when we have relationships, it's when we go shopping, it's when we look after the house, it's when we do the washing, it's when we book the holidays, when we do exercise, it's when we commute, it's when we do everything. So if you're already feeling like your life is overwhelmed and you don't have enough time, avoid drama. Avoid it as much as you can. Avoid dramatic people. If they're in your family, just try to spend a little bit less time with them and become aware of how much it is stealing from your life. Because if you're trapped in the drama, it's in your head. So when an opportunity comes by, an email, a message, a conversation, an invitation, You're too busy in your head to see that for what it is. So it steals opportunities from you. It steals a chance for you to live your life in a different way, to do different things with your time. And it also steals your positive energy. And I don't know about you, but I am very precious about my positive energy, that I don't just want to willy-nilly go around giving it away to people and their dramas. So I avoid them, and I suggest that you adopt that policy too. So, number 6, beliefs create results. Remember, I said earlier about this excited and the fear. So we have been programmed with beliefs from our parents, our caregivers, our families, our society, our teachers, our religion, our cultures, TV shows, whatever is around you that you're aware of is giving you beliefs about certain things. And the beliefs that we have create the results that we get in our life. So if we believe we have to work hard for our money, we will have to work hard for our money. If we believe we have to work hard in the gym, we will have to work hard in the gym. Never mind that some people can do a 15-minute HIIT class and get the same results, or if not better. So the beliefs create the results. So if you want to change your life, you need to change your beliefs. But in order to change your beliefs, you have to become aware of what the beliefs are in the first place, which is a whole process and a whole training sort of in itself that we go through with our clients. So the 7th thing that I want to say to you, 7, is seek joy, not happiness. This is a really interesting one, and maybe slightly controversial, as there are a million books out there talking about happiness, and all anybody ever says when you speak to them is, I just want to be happy. I just want to be happy. But the thing about happy is we are happy all the time. Happy is a transient thing. Happy isn't something that we get to when we get the car, the job, the partner, the holiday, the bank account. It's a moment. So happiness is when we have a delicious meal, we have a lovely conversation, we meet with a friend. Happiness is a sunrise, a sunset. I'm trying to think what else makes people happy. What makes me happy? Happiness is a view. I had an amazing view from one of the hotels I stayed in, like amazing. If you follow me on Instagram, you will see I was just so enamored by this view of this hotel, of Mission Beach in San Diego. It's absolutely crazy. And this made me happy. Now, joy is a way of being. Joy is part of the word enjoy. So it is a way that we live our life. So we want to live our life in joy. And if you've ever seen my training where I talk about the 888 formula, and we've got the 3 circles, where they all overlap is where you'll find your joy. So where they're overlapping isn't necessarily around that you're in your 888 balances. It is that the 3 circles, how you spend your 24-hour day, create joy. So resting, working, and then living activities is what creates the joy. So look at your life right now. You have created this. Are you enjoying being the person that lives this life? If you're not enjoying being the person who lives this life, what can you change? So I would suggest that maybe after this session, you get some paper and do a bit of journaling and ask yourself this question: what am I unhappy about in my life? What am I happy about in my life? What could I change? What will I change? What would I change? It's just an interesting way to understand what is making you happy and what is making you unhappy, what is bringing joy. and what is not bringing joy to your life. And so then what we need to do more of and what we need to do less of. Make sense? And then finally, the eighth thing that I want to share with you, this one is huge. Time is true wealth. Time is true wealth. I was listening to an interview with Bill Gates on Netflix a while ago, and he said, even with all his billions, the only thing he can't buy back is the past. So the thing with having money is you can buy time, you can buy help, you can free up certain things. You still need to sleep. You can't outsource sleep, unfortunately. But you can have a cleaner, have a cook, have a chef, have a driver, have all the things that take time, but you cannot buy your time back. So you may feel like you have nothing in this world right now, nothing that you want to have, but you have the same 24 hours as somebody else. You still have time, and somebody else might be in their last days and they might want the fact that you have this time. So it really is about being grateful for this amazing gift that we have got, the gift of time, and how if you combine all of the 8 or all of the other 7 points that I've just gone through, dare to dream, everyone is making it up, trust your intuition, fear isn't real, drama steals opportunities, beliefs create results, seek joy, not happiness. If you combine all of those together, then you are on the path to maxing out your time and creating the life that you want. And how do I know this? Because this is what I do. This is what I do now as a result of my wake-up call 8 years ago. It wasn't how I lived my life before. I used to work 14-hour days. I used to think I could sleep when I was dead, and I had no time for a social life. And I was unhappy, but I wasn't prepared to do anything about it. I wasn't prepared to change. So my dramatic wake-up call was the universe beating me round the head and saying, hello, girl, wake up. You're wasting your time. So take away from this session as me saying, hey, start maxing out your time. So it has been absolutely amazing to get to share this with you. I feel so privileged that I have this opportunity, even this second chance to have this conversation with you and to share the 888 formula. We're on a mission at Success by Design Training to share the formula with 1 million people by 2025. So I hope to see you at a training somewhere this year, or online, or even next week on the Success by Design Weekly Masterclass. And next week we are moving into March, and in March we are going to be talking about movement, mindset and meditation, what you can do for 8 minutes to change your life, to start changing your life 8 minutes a day. So thank you so much. It has been amazing to spend this time with you, and I look forward to seeing you again soon. Take care.